days, the first reading is from the second book of Samuel, and we heard that David accepts what God spoke to him through prophet Nathan. David had a plan to build a temple for the Lord, and God through Nathan told David, there is no need for you to build a temple for me. I will build for you. I will make you a king. David accepts that, and in today's reading we heard he sits down before the Ark of Covenant, which was in a tent. In all humility he accepts God's will, and he praises God. He thanks God for everything God has done for him and for his people. David is a model for us. Many a times we grumble against God. God has not done this, God has not done that. I have done this for God, I have done that for God. We have done nothing for God. God has done everything for us. We are alive today, you and me. Is it not God's gift? Lakhs of people could not see the light of this day, and we are alive. We take for granted God's gift to us. Let us be always grateful to God, and in all humility accept that our life is in His hands. In the Gospel reading, Mark puts together 4 sayings of Jesus. Those 4 sayings of Jesus are found in the Gospel of Matthew in different chapters. I shall comment only on the first saying of Jesus. Jesus asked the people, when a lamp is lit, will anybody keep under a bed, under a cover? Will he not keep it on a lampstand? At the time of Jesus, there was no electricity. People used oil as lamps or firewood. The lamp was lit in the evening so that people can see what is there in the home. Without that light, life was not possible at home, especially during night time. Now, what type of light Jesus is talking about? He is talking the spiritual light. All of us should be light for others. How can I be a light for others when my life is in darkness? I cannot. First of all, I should be in the light of Jesus. Then only that light spreads to others. They may come in the light of Jesus, they may not come. That is their responsibility. But all of us as Christians have the holy obligation as torchbearers of Christ. You know who is a torchbearer? In our sports, a person is chosen, a young man or a woman with a torch for the opening ceremony. We are the torchbearers of the light of Jesus. And the light and the truth are connected. If I am in the light, I will speak always the truth. And truth, you know, is bitter. Most people cannot accept truth because that hurts. It hurts them because they are in darkness. Those who are in light, the truth never hurts them. In the history of our church, if you read church history, and you must read, even the church was in darkness. Copernicus was the first scientist to find out that earth is not the center. The earth revolves around the sun. But he had no courage. He was frightened. For 30 years, he kept his discovery to himself. But on the deathbed, he pleaded one printer to print his findings. And once it was printed, he died, and it fell in the hands of many other people. Galileo was one of them. In the 17th century, Galileo said, I agree with Copernicus. And you know, Galileo has to pay the price. He was called before the Inquisition court. He was punished. Luckily, they did not put him to death because he gave a testimony. What I said is not true, to save his life. But he was kept under house arrest. But after many centuries, Pope John Paul II, now is a saint, had the humility to accept that church was wrong and Galileo and Copernicus were right. Pope Francis also said the same thing. The second example in the history of church, in the 16th century, Pope wanted to build the Basilica of St. Peter and they wanted money. So they were selling indulgences. That means if you give this much of money, your punishment in the purgatory will be decreased. Totally wrong, totally wrong. But church did that. Pope did that. And Luther, Martin Luther, he was not an ordinary man. He was a priest. He was a learned man. He opposed. He wrote 95 theses and posted in Germany, All Saints church door and in the university doors where people can see. He was excommunicated from the church by the Pope, I think Pope Leo X. After many centuries, Pope John Paul II and Pope Francis admitted that what church did was not the right thing. Because of the church, today we have so-called Protestants who gave the cause, the Catholic Church. Why? Because they were in darkness. So this darkness is not only in ordinary people. Darkness is also in those who are in power and authority. And therefore, I constantly say, pray for people in authority so that they may come to the light of Jesus. And if they are in the light of Jesus, they have the courage and the moral authority to tell people. All of us have to come to the light of Jesus and let us become the torch bearers of the light of Jesus. Let us ask for this grace.